So I bought an M1 Mac Mini and I hate it. The reviews, they said it would be good. Everybody online raved about this computer. They said it's got the M1 chip. The M1 chip is so powerful. Apple Silicon is so much better than Intel. This is revolutionary. It's efficient. The fan doesn't kick in. It's gonna blow your mind. And in some ways, the computer has blown my mind. But in most ways, it's been an utter disappointment. So I started off my journey as a Mac user with a used 2013 MacBook Pro. I love that MacBook Pro. It wasn't anything groundbreaking, and of course I bought it used when it was a couple years old, so it wasn't new either, but it was a solid experience. It got me into Mac OS, and I said, someday I want to buy the Mac of my dreams. I want to be able to buy a brand new Mac that's beefy and spec'd out. And in 2020, I was able to do that. I purchased a brand new 2019 27-inch iMac, the one with the 5K display. It was an Intel processor. It was an 8-core i9. I upgraded it to 40 gigs of RAM. It had a beefy GPU. I'll have all the specs listed on screen, but it was a nice Mac. I got that thing, it replaced my 2013 MacBook Pro, and I loved it. It was such a great experience. It was a powerhouse, it was a beast, and then everybody started talking about Apple Silicon. People started saying, hey, this Intel stuff, this is old news. You don't want an Intel Mac, you want an Apple Silicon Mac, because Apple Silicon, it's more efficient, the fans don't run, everything is just smoother. So I said, great, I'm excited for this, but I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna let people use the new M1 Macs for a while and decide if I maybe want to give it a shot. Meanwhile, Apple dropped the new MacBook Pro. Ah yes, the 14-inch and 16-inch MacBook Pros with the M1 Pro and M1 Max chip. My producer Matthew was very excited about these MacBooks when they came out, and I thought to myself, you know, I could use a MacBook to be able to cart it around on the road and work on the go, and I did kind of miss that MacBook experience, so I decided to order one of the 14-inch M1 Pro models. And let me tell you, it knocked my socks off. Now, this video is not about the MacBook Pro or any of my past Macs, but I wanted to give you some context here. I got that 14-inch MacBook. I said, this is incredible. It feels faster than my expensive iMac that's Intel. I think I just want to sell the iMac, get one of those M1 Mac Minis to still have a desktop setup and be done with it. So I know what you're thinking. Oh, this Christian guy, he's an idiot. He's gonna sell this nice iMac that's super spec'd out and he's gonna buy an M1 Mac Mini. Does he realize what he's getting into? Yes. I will say this M1 Mac Mini was always meant to be a temporary setup. I approached this whole thing from the mindset that my 2019 iMac would likely rapidly depreciate in value as interest for Apple Silicon Macs increased and demand for Intel Macs decreased. So I thought to myself, you know what, why don't I sell this 2019 iMac that I have, get myself onto an Apple Silicon desktop, which is the M1 Mac Mini for now, and then when a better Apple Silicon desktop comes along like a 27-inch iMac or a Mac Mini with an M1 Pro or M1 Max chip, I can sell this M1 Mac Mini and upgrade to whatever's next. This was meant to be a stopgap solution, so hopefully I wouldn't lose as much depreciation on that iMac, because I know this M1 Mac Mini is going to hold its value. So I ordered this M1 Mac Mini used on Swappa for $875. This is one with 16 gigs of RAM and a 512 gigabyte SSD. I wanted to set myself up for success, so I did go for the highest RAM option available and an SSD size that would be comfortable for me. I got the Mac Mini in the mail, ripped the box open, took it out, and it was in beautiful condition. I plugged everything in, started using it, and I was blown away. The fan noise is non-existent. Somehow this thing manages to stay super cool. I'm feeling it right now and it's basically room temperature and I've never even heard the fans turn on. Some days I'm like, does it even have a fan? How are you not burning up? An Intel processor would be on fire in a compact little package like this and the fans would be constantly running. Not with M1 and not with Apple Silicon. And speaking of efficiency, this thing is super speedy with single core tasks like launching apps. Opening my web browser or doing simple tasks is super speedy. Everything feels snappy, and that's with two 27-inch 4K monitors plugged in. I can even edit 4K video. A lot of the recent videos I've put out have been edited on this Mac Mini, an $875 Mac editing 10-bit log 4K video footage. This blows my mind. As great as all of this is, I hate this Mac, and my hatred for it is growing every day. I can't wait to get rid of it. I can't wait for Apple to release an Apple Silicon desktop that's going to be better and not have the quirks that this thing does. First are the things that I knew I was signing up for, but I've definitely learned that I would rather have a more powerful, more capable Mac. As speedy as this thing is, it definitely struggles with video editing sometimes, it'll stutter, and multi-core tasks are a little bit sluggish. It's noticeably slower than my M1 Pro MacBook that I have, and in general, I just wish it was faster. But I get it, I signed up for that, I asked for that, I bought an $875 Mac, I expected it might be a little bit slow. So okay, I'll give it a pass for that. And the second thing is that the lack of ports is frustrating. I wish that it had more Thunderbolt ports like my iMac did. But I get it, I signed up for that. I knew the I/O going into it. I wasn't shocked when I pulled it out of the box and saw the ports it had. I signed up for it. So for that, I'll give it a pass. And you're saying, Christian, where are you going? You're telling us you knew what you bought. It's performing as expected so far. What's the issue? Why do you hate this Mac? Well, look, I don't know if this is a quality control issue or if this is a quirk of M1, but this Mac has serious problems with the graphic driver. It can run 2 monitors with no problem, but oftentimes I come back to my Mac when it's asleep, I press the spacebar, and the displays just have a seizure. Sometimes the displays turn on and I click my mouse and nothing happens and the entire computer is frozen. Sometimes only one display turns on and I have to reboot the other display. I have never had so many issues with a Mac waking up out of sleep with multiple monitors plugged in. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's infuriating. A lot of times when I return to my desk from a quick break, I end up having to pull out the HDMI cable and the Thunderbolt cable from both of my monitors and plug them back in this specific order and do this weird sequential ritual just to get my computer working again. I have no idea why this is a problem, but this is not something that I would expect from an Apple Silicon Mac. Maybe on an Intel Mac, but this is Apple's baby. Everything is contained. The processor, the firmware, the software, all aspects of this computer are within Apple's control, so there's no excuse here. There's no room for Apple to say, yeah, we know that's a little bit glitchy, but it's a limitation of Intel. This is an Apple processor. This is an Apple display driver. What's going on and why is this so bad? But wait, there's more. There's also serious issues with the Bluetooth module of this thing. I have had a lot of problems with my Bluetooth mouse cutting out and my Bluetooth keyboard lagging, and guess what? The Magic Keyboard and the Magic Mouse that Apple sells with this thing operate with Bluetooth. Now, this is something that I was warned about before buying this Mac. A couple of the reviewers mentioned that it has some quirks with Bluetooth connectivity, but they sort of passed it off as not a big deal, and you can just restart your computer when that happens. And that's true, I haven't had an issue with it all the time 24/7, but it strikes when you least expect it. What if I'm on a Zoom call? What if I'm in an important meeting and I'm taking notes and all of a sudden my keyboard starts lagging and, something goes wrong with my mouse and I can't control stuff? I mean, what if I'm live streaming? I'm a content creator. I can't always just drop everything and restart my Mac. What is the deal with this Bluetooth module? I am so disappointed with this Mac. These quirks that I've discovered have made it nearly impossible to enjoy using this Mac on a daily basis. And it's like Apple was so close. They were so close. They got to 90%, but they missed it on a lot of these issues that are causing serious reliability problems. And if you can't tell, I'm fed up with this Mac. I've found myself editing most often on my MacBook and really using my MacBook for more tasks than I'd like to because the MacBook just works. It's a wonderful computer. Apple knocked it out of the park. But this M1 Mac Mini, I don't know what's wrong with it, but I can't stand it for much longer. I want to give Apple the benefit of the doubt here, and I'm excited to try another Apple Silicon desktop when something is released. Say an M1 Pro Mac Mini or a 27-inch iMac with an Apple processor. I love the MacBook Pro that I have, and if I could get that experience into an Apple desktop, that's all I'm asking for. So what do you think of the M1 Mac Mini? And what do you think of Apple Silicon in general? Do you think this is the future for Mac? Do you think it's highly innovative? Are you excited about it? Or do you think this is a dumpster fire and a huge catastrophe waiting to happen and Apple should have stuck with Intel? I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments down below, and if you like this video, do be sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you don't miss when I release new videos. With that said, I will catch you guys next time.